plays indie artist music and makes local celebrities. This is WMRR Radio. Host your show on WMRR Radio. Get on air at WMRR Radio, the podcaster station. WMRR Radio, the sponsors and advertiser station. Grow your business with WMRR Radio. Start a career in radio. WMRR Radio broadcast training going on now. Register today. Stay tuned.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's Man Talk Monday. We in the building, smacking people children. We getting it together. Y'all already know. So make sure y'all join, share the video, like the video, tell all your friends to tell a friend to come in while we get ready to do our thing. And I'm gonna let y'all listen to our theme song. Shout out to that boy, that one stick, aka, you hear me, Navis. We appreciate the love. Boy, this is the thing, boy. Y'all make sure y'all go download that on all platforms, you hear me? Let's go. Yo. Good evening, friend. Y'all tap in. Make sure y'all join and share. Tap in. We getting into it.
That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. Pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes I'm growing great, trying to figure out how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy. You better have your skelly and coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a ride. They want to punch you just so they can come and go when it's time. These bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still maybe flip the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. Pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes I'm growing great, trying to figure out how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy, you better have your skelly. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a ride. They want to punch you just so they can come and go when it's time. You bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. And still maybe foot the bill sometime. That's why I say fuck these niggas. My city ain't no freedom, why they call it living. We slapping pussy niggas down like we at the Wimbledon. Line them up with the beam if he acting jittery. It's homie put that pinch back, he said he ain't no trickery. Neighbors behind that 4-5 will put you out your misery. Chopper leave you wet, crime scene slippery. Leave a nigga smoke, barbecue hickory. You a fresh dumb bitch, so I'ma call you Hillary. When it come to money, boy, I get a crate. You niggas turn trade when your homies need saving. I'm rolling even when I get tired, I'm Nick Saban. Stacking up my bread, I ain't got time to be slaving.
Fuck that delay and I need my repayment.
It's my tools like concrete and lay you like pavement. Baptize you in bullets, all you need is saving. My chorus is deep, I don't like real estate. So this world so cutthroat. Pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes I'm growing great, trying to figure out how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy, you better have your skelly and coat. Why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a ride. They want to punch you just so they can come and go when it's time. These bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still when you foot the bill sometime. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. Pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes I'm growing great, trying to figure out how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy, you better have your skelly and coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a ride. They want to punch you just so they can come and go when it's time. These bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still when you foot the bill sometime. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The season here for a reason. I'm bullets hit you screaming, they can't stop the beat. These niggas point on the court when we cross the parade. You see a lot like a beat when I'm sparking a heater. I got the 4-5 deep in the beam is the sticker. Your price is way too high for the streets. I'm taking my keep and I see you pussies banging your colors when I'm taking my bitch. They talk behind your back, these bitches so smile when they say why I say fuck these niggas.
This world so cutthroat. What you know about it? Shout out to bro. The niggas hate for a ride. They want to punch you just so they can come and go when it's time. Bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still ready for the bill sometime. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. Pussy niggas love to take shit. Location. The hoes I'm growing great, trying to figure out how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy. You better have your skelly and coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. The niggas hate for a ride. They want to punch you just so they can come and go when it's time. Bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still when you foot the bill sometime. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Shout out to my main man. We're gonna go another one just for another one.
because that's my guy. You hear me? But y'all tune in. Make sure y'all share, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, man. We finna get into the business. Y'all already know. It's Man Talk Monday. We here. Rose, what's going on? Shout out to you. Yo. Listen.
I just came to do my thing while you pussies wanna hate on me. I'm the coach and QB, next play on me. Since you're eager to jump, snap, cadence on 3. Look like a rock, him sting like the boy Ali. We ought to sing the apple don't fall far from the tree. He bust sing, see me in the streets, just let me be. Cause they'll leave your family with a hell of a feat. And shirts bow ahead taking at me. My old boy gave me the lawyer, I ain't taking a plea. My niggas going out for Boston, I ain't talking to T. What's up? My niggas head first for the green, they can't help it. We turn Wu-Tang for the cream, no other method. You need the code of conduct, you lack ethics. I came to stack the wheat bread and cold lettuce. We still conceal weapons the moment we feel threatened. I know the clock's ticking, but nigga, the time's precious. Still the green lights to my people.
John Legend.
I have you laid up in the suit that's double-breasted. We see you from the past, the raw and the sick records. We see you on my schedule, so nigga, I've been betting. You gotta take your charge, you won't credit or debit. We know you bring the babies, fuck nigga, you been neglected. It's under 12 months, retirement ain't vested. You lose the real niggas, your life ain't been tested.
What a bread at?
We in the cut,
what a man.
We get y'all, cause we know that's where the fans at. Hit you up, you gonna need more than a med pack.
Jeez. Shout out to my main man. Y'all already know it's that One Stick Navis. Y'all make sure y'all go to YouTube. Make sure y'all go to Apple Music, all of those platforms. He on all them platforms. So y'all make sure y'all go download that 4 or 5 times. Let's get them streams up there. Let's put my boy on. You hear me? But as always, y'all already know what time it is, man. It's Man Talk Monday. As y'all know, every Monday we do this. Every Monday we just trying to, have some conversations, maybe some uncomfortable conversations, but conversation nonetheless, man, so we can try to change everything in our community, man, especially things we don't like. And before I do that, before we get into today's conversation, I got to make sure I always shout out to people who support. And y'all already know how I go. First up, you already know it's the main man. Always in the building, always smacking people, children, man. Shout out to Freaky E, aka Puerto Rican E, aka Mistaken Identity. Okay, y'all make sure y'all go cop Mistaken Kicks. Y'all make sure y'all go cop some merch. Y'all make sure y'all support the brand. I know a lot of people having a situation, they getting messages and all of that on Instagram. Listen, that is not my man Instagram. If you see anything talking about getting money or just send this and send that, that is not him. That is not his Instagram. All of that. You smacking somebody, kids. Somebody daughter got a mama out here. See, I ain't want to go there. See, you're always a child to your parents. I don't care how old you get. You smacking somebody, kid, sir. But that's besides the point. Neither here nor there. So y'all make sure y'all follow the brand, man. Shout out to Mistaken Kicks. Y'all make sure y'all support sandrasaccessories.com, man. Sandra's Accessories on IG. Young girl, man, high schooler, out here just trying to be an entrepreneur, man, trying to put herself in position to win, and not get on the hamster wheel that a lot of us are on, working these jobs 9 to 5 and giving them 8 hours of every day and 40 hours of every week. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go support her, man. Go cop some merch. I see it's still a couple of 90s parties and 80s parties and all of that. Make sure y'all get your daughter them slouch socks. I know y'all got new Jordans to match all of that good stuff. So y'all shout out to her. Shout out to Rose, man. Shout out to Wamsga. You feel me? The franchise. Go get your own franchise with the help of Wamsga. She go get you in there. You could be a business owner and it don't take much and it ain't that hard. So if you want to be a business owner, if you tired of being on that hamster wheel that a lot of people are on, working the 9 to 5, giving them people 8 hours of your day, 40 hours of your week, then y'all make sure y'all go holler at Wamsga, man. Become a boss, become a business owner, become a brand. You feel me? And Rose make it possible. So y'all make sure y'all holler in that Rose. Make sure y'all shout her out. Anybody who got any businesses, anybody that I forget, make sure you drop your business in the comments. We're gonna always show you love. Shout out to my main man, Will the Barber. Will the Barber gonna get you right with the cut. And then he got the semi-pro football team. So your daddy still got high school and college football dreams. He could go play semi-pro for Coach Will the Barber, man. And then when you want to take your lady out, you go up there to Broward with him and his lady. Got a nice little vibe going with the something like the painting with a twist vibe. So y'all make sure y'all go holler at that as well. Follow him, Will the Barber, on Facebook and IG. Well, I think Facebook is Will Ely. So on Facebook, WILL space EALY. And I think on Instagram it's Will the Barber. So make sure y'all shout him out. Shout out to Mommies of Makeup. Shout out to my sister Crystal, who's still putting on excellent looks. Just gave us a new look for her birthday and celebrating Halloween and all of that. So make sure y'all holler at them as well. Shout out to Queens to Be Clothing too. So Queens to Be Clothing, y'all know what that is, man. We just trying to teach our young princesses that they are queens to be, and you don't have to show all your body, and you don't have to do all of that to garner attention. You could dress very elegantly, very conservatively, and you could, be a queen. So that's what Queens to Be Clothing, that's the aim. That's what Queens to Be Clothing wants to do. Queens to Be Clothing wants to empower our young girls to become successful women, and not have to show everything and not have to do everything under the sun to get there. So shout out to them. No problem, Crystal. You already know what time it is. One time for you. But interesting conversation today. We're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna get into a couple of different things that I see on social media, whatever. But what I really did want to get into is I want to figure out what is broke. Oh man, see, I ain't know nothing about it. Hey, listen, if you got a young lady, not just a young lady, because she cook boys too. But believe you me, my sister is an equal opportunity baller. She will ball on your ass if you was a man, if you was a woman, if you a woman thinking you a man, if you a man that think you a woman. Man, shout out to her, man. Y'all go follow Candace Walker. You feel me? She out there at Jackson, man. So all of my Jackson alumni, y'all make sure y'all supporting that cause, man, because we don't put enough money behind girls' athletics. Unless it's the athletics that we want to see them, not the athletics that they want to be in. So y'all make sure, man, y'all supporting the Jackson Generals basketball team, the girls basketball teams. And guess what? She'll train your kids still. She ain't put on the whole training camp, but if you reach out to her and you tell her that your child needs some work, your child trying to make the team, she has all the tools. She know exactly how your child gonna make the team. If your child good enough, that may make her team. So shout out to the Miami Jackson Generals. Shout out to the head coach of the ladies basketball team, Candace Walker. Y'all make sure y'all supporting that basketball team and all of our athletics. As far as high school football, basketball, volleyball, badminton, all of those good things, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to women athletics. Shout out to those young ladies who are trying to be better than, what our community is portraying right now. So, and I say portraying because we are poor. Our community is poor. So shout out to her, man. Shout out to them young ladies. But yeah, so I wanted to get into it because I see so much. It seems like I could put on a wig right quick and try to help out the squad. Try to help the squad out. Candace, you got a basketball player right there, Erika Santos. Erika, but yeah. So I just wanted to get into it because we see it so much on social media. We see everybody talking about broke and broke this and broke that. I know one of the most popular lines coming from the last few years is broke boys don't deserve pussy. Excuse my French, or pig Latin, whichever one you think it is. But yeah, and I want to kind of get into what is broke. What does that mean when a person is broke? What are we categorizing as broke? What are we talking about? And okay, real is French. All right, yeah, broke boy don't deserve pussy, and that's what I've been hearing. I've heard that for the last couple of years. Seems like a very popular line. And I've heard things about broke women too. So let's not, you know, I don't want people to think that it's gonna be a show about a show about women. Now this is a show about people. This is a show about the colloquialisms that we use and how we define people and what that definition actually means. So everybody here now, I appreciate you for joining in, appreciate you for tuning in. Just drop a comment real quick, man. What is broke to you? What does broke mean? If a person is broke, what does that mean? And let's define it. Let's try to figure it out, because I think that if we provide the correct definition, then we won't look at people in a specific light. I think that a lot of the times when you talk about words and the power of those words shape minds. So I think that if we can get a proper definition and we are starting to use the words properly. No, not broken. So broke. I'm talking about I don't know if you've seen the flyer, Crystal, but we're talking about monetarily broke, financially. You know, when people say broke, what does that mean? You know, when a person is, you know, like I say, you know, the very popular line, and I think like I said, I'm just using the line because it's very popular. Broke boys don't deserve pussy. You know what I'm saying? Chris Candace says she broke, he broke. Right. So what does that mean? What does broke mean? What are we using as a means to define someone that is broke? I have a definition of what broke is. I think that why everybody keep Trey Day, what's good, my boy? Why everybody keep saying broke though? Right, no, but yeah, I know that. Oh yeah, no, Chris, I know that, you know, we use broken in several different ways. We talk about, you know, people being broken, and a lot of times when we saying people are broken, when we put that extra letter on it, we talk about the mental stability of a person, or we talk about, you know, a person that, you know, has tried it all and just, you know, their spirit is broke. But I mean, like, financially, what is financially? What do we mean when we say broke? He says not being able to provide for yourself, let alone someone else. Broke can mean you have no money for extracurricular activities. I don't disagree financially. What is financially broke, Trey Day? Candace, I don't disagree with the sentiment. Candace says that broke can mean you have no money for extracurricular activities. Okay. And like Crystal said, I mean, broke. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to mean financially. It can mean a broken person. Yeah, no. You know, like I said, I recognize that we use these words for several different things and in several different ways. Right now, I'm specifically talking about what is being broke financially. When you say, "Oh nah, he broke," you know, when a person says, "Oh nah, she broke," you know, what does that mean? What are we labeling as broke? When we look at broke and then we look at the label, what is it saying? Candace said broke can mean that you have no money for extracurricular activities. I understand. Broke can mean I don't have any extra money to spend on non-essentials. This is true too. So so I mean, okay, broke like you can't buy a gallon of milk type vibe. Okay, so we lacking resources, we lacking the ability. Seems like the general sentiment from what I'm seeing from the people in the comments. Keep in mind that the people in the comments are no indication as to what is portrayed in social media. I think that all of the people that watch the show, people that in the comments, are all of a different thought process from what I can see. Besides the one person that I don't know, we're all college educated. And we know everybody in some shape, form, or fashion thinks about our community, thinks about the things that we're doing for each other and stuff like that. So I know that it's not a common sentiment in the comments, but you know, in social media, and what we see, and you know, I know the social media is not real. The bigger problem is that social media provides a reality to some and a lot. And it's not to, you know, if of course, if it's being used correctly, social media could be a very powerful tool. But then also on the flip side of that, it can be used to really do damage to someone, whether it be their reputation or anything like that. So social media is what I look at when I talk about a lot of things. Let me get another comment in that. Trey Day says you may not have it to give or loan, like Candace said, no money to do certain activities at that time, right? So I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with any of those comments. I don't think that any of those comments are wrong. My personal, for me, what I consider a person as being broke. When we say broke, because it's different when you tell somebody that you broke. So if Puerto Rican E called me and tell me about the 14s that he just got, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm broke. Boy, I can't do it. I can't pay for it. I ain't got it right now. That's different. I'm assigning the word to myself to speak about my particular situation at the time. But I think that the word gets assigned to people, and we talking about like social media wise, or even how we look at people. I think that that the word gets assigned inaccurately, because in my mind, a broke person is a person that has no income, but also are not trying to secure income, don't have any hustle, don't have any type of moxie spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like a broke person don't have no income at all. A broke person does not have the ability to feed themselves, feed anybody else. They don't have the ability to clothe themselves, house themselves. They lack the ability to do all of the above. That's what broke is to me. And what we're talking about, or what people are saying, the notion about somebody not having money to participate in extracurricular activities, or they don't have it to loan, or any of those definitions. I think that those all fall under the same category. Not that a person is broke. A person could be overextended financially. A person can be underemployed. I think that a person that does not have the financial means to participate in the extracurricular activities, that person may very well be underemployed. I don't even say that they're broke. You know why? Because I know people, and I've been in situations that even for myself, somebody may ask me to go out somewhere. Somebody may, you know what I'm saying? They may ask me, oh, do I want to go out of town? Or, hey, you want to go here, you want to go there, whatever the case may be. Nah, boy, I ain't got it. Now I can have, $10,000-$15,000 in my account right now, but I'm not trying to spend money on things that are not tangible, things that don't yield a return on the investment. So if I'm going to the club and I spend, $60 to get in, it seems like that's the going number, for the club nowadays, by $60. If I spend $60 to get in, I spend another, maybe $100 on drinks, because, I'm a big guy, so I drink, matter of fact, we just went to Nomi's on Friday. Shout out to my homeboy DJ Tight, man. Y'all make sure y'all holler at DJ Tight every Friday at Nomi's. Always got the vibes going. But we just went to Nomi's, and I bought 2 Hennessy's. I bought a Hennessy and cranberry, and then I bought a Hennessy straight, and that was $28. Now, it's not that I don't have $28 to spend on that, but I thought that $28 was an exorbitant amount, for 2 shots. I'm not a cheap person. I'm not a real cheap person. I think that I spend money on what I want to spend money on. Me, if you know me, then you know what I do, my vices or whatever the case may be, then I'm not cheap about what I do. But I still thought that $28 was fucking ridiculous for 2 shots of Hennessy. I thought that was a lot. So, I could easily spend $100 in a club on drinks. That's not even. So now we had like $160. Keep in mind, I had to get dressed. I had to, maybe go buy a new pair of shoes, or maybe go buy a new little fit. I wanted to stick. All of that stuff costs money, and it's not that I don't have the money to spend it. It's just that me spending any of that money is not going to yield me any return on my investment. So I don't do it. I don't know what VNO stands for, Crystal. You got to do something. You hit me with the breakdown. And real, the same thing. IMO. I ain't big on the I'm not big on the acronyms like that. So IMO, I don't know. But Oh, and okay. Never mind, Puerto Rican E just clarified that for me. In my opinion. Yeah, and Jarrell, let me read Jarrell's comment. Yeah, hey, Puerto Rican E just clarified for me. You know, I'm old, bro. I don't be knowing all this stuff. Crystal, I don't know what VNO stands for. I don't know if you meant to put that or not. So just let me know. But Jarrell says it's gonna vary in his opinion. People have ignorant mouths. I know of no one. I know of no one is financially wealthy or well off, meaning they don't need to work. Being broke is not having an income at all or not having money at the time. The term saying is hypocritical at its core because we know that's not true. At least broke boys can get the box the same way as paid men. It's, it's all on the box owner. This is true. This is true. This is true. Hey, the owner of the box may not care that you broke, but that's what, to me, that's what it is. To me, a person who does not have any income at all, ain't got no hustle, ain't got none of that. Don't have their own shit, depend on anybody for everything that they have and need. That person is broke. And that's what I consider a broke person. Somebody who is not afforded the opportunity to go on the luxury trips and I had just spending money on clothes and shoes, going to the club and all of that stuff. I don't consider them broke. It really just depends on their situation. Like I said, they can be overwhelmed financially, which means you're not broke because all your bills paid, but once you pay all your bills, that's all you had. You know what I'm saying? So I don't consider that person broke. A person that may not have their own situation going. So somebody who does not have their own crib or, even if it's their own car, I don't necessarily consider them broke. It is incredibly expensive to stay or live, especially if you stay in this Florida, South Florida, Miami area to be exact, where in Miami Gardens, the fair market rent, for a decent place is in the upper twos. I think like 22, 23, 2,400, something like that. And that's expensive. So a lot of people can't afford that, but it does not make them broke. So that's another situation, even with cars, where anybody who knows anything, who actually pays attention, over the last year or so, 2 years, or since this pandemic situation started, the price of cars have gone up dramatically. Used cars, new cars, has something to do with some chip that some place makes that they haven't been able to make the chip for the cars, and all the cars use the chip. Seem like they need to move on to another chip then. I don't know, but whatever. So I even understand somebody not, having, a car or not having their own place. None of those things on its own or none of those things on its face make you broke. I want people to understand it. I want people to know that you not having money to live it up in Puerto Rico don't make you broke, and you should never let anybody make you feel bad about not being able to go with them to Puerto Rico. Or going to Jamaica, or we see that the biggest thing now is everybody taking these trips and everybody want to get flued out. I didn't create the word flued. Don't come at me about it, but everybody want to get flued out. Don't let nobody make you feel no type of way that you may not be able to flew them out, or you can't fly out yourself. You know what I'm saying? Life is expensive, and I think that a very big issue in our community is that we are so pressed to live up to somebody else's standard. It's just like success. So you are successful as long as you're using your measurements for what success is. So myself personally, I can feel like I'm successful, although I don't have Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk money. So, we think that they are successful, and they are successful. They are wildly successful, but success does not stop or start when you make the most money in the world. Success has to be your personal definition according to how you want your life to go. So you could be a janitor. You can be a janitor at the school. You make a decent little money or whatever the case may be. I don't know how much janitors make, but you're making your decent little money. You're able to support yourself. You're able to support whatever is around you. And that to you may be success, and there's nothing wrong with that. Success is a personal definition. Success is not what everyone thinks success is. If we live by what everyone else thinks, then we're going to constantly be trying to live for somebody who cares nothing about us. So I want to encourage anybody who, has been made to feel bad that they can't fly somebody out, or that they can't, go on the trips with their girlfriends, or, their guy friends going to the DR, and they may not be able to go with their guys. So, they make you feel bad about that, man. Nah, man, you got to live your life for your life. You got to live your life for the people who support you, not the people who looking at social media. I seen this one time, and I've heard it so many times, that social media is a highlight reel. Everybody shows you all the good times. Don't nobody ever show you videos or pictures of themselves crying, trying to figure out how they gonna pay the rent. Don't nobody ever show you pictures and videos of their car getting repossessed. We only see when somebody bought a new car. They got the big red bow on the top of their car. And they got the new leather. It smell all good, even though you don't have smell-o-vision let. Even though Emeril Lagasse, anybody who watched Food Network back in the day, y'all know who Emeril Lagasse is. Emeril Lagasse always wanted us to have smell-o-vision, but we don't have smell-o-vision. So the only thing we can do is see when you get the keys to the new place, and how the new place is all brand new and everything, and how the car is brand new, don't got no miles on it. We only see that. We only see that. We don't see the third letter that them people done sent you about that motherfucker car. And we don't see your call log with all these different numbers, because these bill collectors done got slick. Them bill collectors, I remember back in the day, you could always know when the bill collector was calling you. That number came through. That number was 1-800-1888-1866. And you seen that number and you knew it was a bill collector. Nowadays, bill collectors call you from a 786 number like they at the crib. Make you answer the phone. You be like, hello? Hi. Yes, gotta speak to Cody. This is the tip to collect the debt. Quick. So we don't ever see that. You would never see that on about your car extended warranty. Facts. You feel me? So we never see those trials and tribulations. If we allow social media to dictate what we think about people, then there's a lot of people that we think just living it up. They don't see that, like, even guys, they quick to do this. So, they're going to have, I ain't got no big stack, but, let's just imagine this being a stack. Okay. They got the big stack to their ear. They doing this here. They showing you all the Giuseppe's and all of the, what's another popular shoe right now that everybody be wearing, a little designer shoes and shit. You got the Dior's and all of that good stuff. They show you all of that. They don't show you how they come out the house and got to look this way, look this way, look this way, look that way. And they got to come out the house with their gun in their hand, because how they got that money, somebody looking for their ass about it. They don't show you that. You know what I'm saying? The same way women show you all the expensive handbags. They show you the $500 and $600 weaves that they got on, and the designer shoes and all of that good stuff. And they always showing their nails up against the steering wheel right near the emblem to a Benz or something like that. They don't show you the dude who she had to lay on her back for to get that. She's not showing you, the store. She's not showing you when they walked in the store and grabbed the whole rack of shit and just ran out. Social media never shows you this. The only thing social media is a highlight reel. It's all the good in somebody's life. Very rarely do you see people post up bad or they're bad on social media. So we know we can't live by that standard. We know we can't live by the metric of social media. So social media entertainment, it's telling you that man or that woman is broke because he or she can't buy you $600 Yeezy fucking sneakers. Social media is telling you that this man or that woman is broke because they don't have their own place yet. Or they telling you or showing you that this person is broke because that person has to support themselves and can't support both you and them. So That's what social media tells us what broke is, and a lot of people going by those definitions. A lot of people think that that's actual factual, and it's not. And it's not the life that none of us live, not the life that most of us live. I know people that, went to college, got their degree, making 60, 70, 80, $90,000 a year, $100,000 a year, and I can incredibly stressed out, incredibly miserable. They still try to figure out how they gonna pay their bills, or what could I juggle this month to take care of this, and then next month I'll catch this back. So it's happening at every level of the financial game, whether you make $30,000 a year, $50,000 a year, $70,000 a year, or $100,000 a year. We all live according to our income. A lot of people live over their income. So we see that a person that, had $100,000 a year job, he drive the newest Benz, he always looking sharp, let alone got his hair cut, smell good. He got on the $100 and the $200, $300, $400, $500 cologne. So he looks like he ain't broke. But when he go home, it's a past due notice, a final notice. He got to hide the car. So we all know he got the car parked at his partner house. He got his partner car. He got his car parked over at his homeboy house because he know they coming to get that car. And he know that if he could just hide this car for the next week until he get paid, he could get caught up with them people. People living like that. And again, social media does not show that. Entertainment does not show that. The only time you see that is in movies. And when you do see it in movies, it usually follows somebody doing some crazy shit because they tired of being broke. So, that's what that is. Crystal says, broke is I ain't got it. And if you ain't got it, you ain't got the cat. It's just that simple. Broke boys don't deserve no cat. I know that's right. If it's given away for free, then that's a problem too. Can't win for losing. Chris said, he says, but what if he's helping out with everything else? If he playing stepdaddy better than the real daddy, then yeah, he deserve all the cat. Yeah. Chris says, well, that's a little different. I would hope that it's not a line being used at a significant other, because if you being stepdaddy better than real daddy, then that's a significant other. Well, no. So, okay, Crystal, that line, let me explain to you something. All right. Because again, when I used the line, it was just because that was one of the more popular lines, not that I was, directing this specific to the ideologies of women versus men or men versus women, because men do this shit too. Men look at the dude and dude can't put in on no bottle with us. We finna order 10 bottles. Oh, Cody, well, Cody, we finna order 10 bottles. Boy, it's gonna be 400 a piece. Who? 400? Man, I got 100. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it. I don't want to put in on no bottles. I'm gonna just pay for my own drinks. Y'all get y'all bottles, cause I'm not for it. But no. So broke boys don't deserve. Broke is I ain't got it. That's not broke. Because a person does not have it, that does not mean that they're broke. Because again, let's say I get paid and this paycheck when I got paid, I paid my car payment, my car insurance, and that's my light bill. Well, that's all the money I may have had right there, besides the money that I need to put in my car for gas to get to and from work so I can make it to another paycheck. That is me having money for food so I can eat. Me not having it, what does that mean? If you called me right now and you was like, oh, Cody, I need $200. Shit, I ain't got it. I'm just saying. But I ain't got it. That don't mean I'm broke. That just means I don't have 200 to just be giving you. And I think that's the thing. Like, so if a person can't give you what you want when you want it, then we automatically label them as broke. I want these new Jordans that's coming out. Anybody? I wear a size 14. I will try to fit a 13 because I know people can't really find 14s, but I wear a size 14, 15, and 13. If you just so happen to get those new 14s that's coming out on the 16th of October, the winterized brown and what that is, brown and red. Brown, red, and black. If you decide you wanted to be sweet and get them things for me for the 210, I appreciate it. And if you ain't got it to get them for me, then your ass is broke. You see how ignorant that sounds? Like, I can't do that. I can't tell somebody that they broke because they don't have the ability to buy me some extra shit that I don't even need. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when they have to weigh that against, being able to support themselves until they get paid again. So that's not broke. And I think that's what, again, that's another problem. We are defining somebody as broke as somebody who's saying, I ain't got it to be doing extra right now. I already pay my bills. I don't have it to pay my bills and your bills. That don't make me broke. That just means that my shit taken care of and your ass ain't. Well, I mean, technically, if you are the one asking me for something, then your ass must be broke. Because if you wasn't broke, then you wouldn't need it. So, we be calling people broke because when we ask them for something, they can't give it to us as if we not broke for asking. But that's circular logic, Hey, like, you feel me? Yeah, man. So I mean, and I done been in situations like that, man. I done been to the club and we may be trying to get bottles or something. So we patching on bottles because hey, all of us, man, we ain't no big, rich guys or nothing like that. I think all of my partners, man, we still work hard, man. Well, okay, plus minus the working hard part. I don't really work hard at my job. So, you know what I'm saying? But you got E, who be out here, you feel me, whipping on them forklifts and shit. His job may be hard. I don't know. I know Jarrell. I know I can't do Jarrell's job. I done tried it already. Shout out to you, Jarrell. I can't do your job. Man, Crystal, man, Crystal have a hard job. She's a RN, a registered nurse. So, we all have our plights, but so, we go to the club and, we like, okay, well, we go patch up on a little bottle, 2 bottles or whatever. Or the biggest thing is the sections, because the sections is what really be the big money. You know what I'm saying? So the section costs $1,000, you get 2 bottles with the section, or the section costs $3,000. I forgot what club we was trying to throw a party in or something like that, and I think they wanted like $3,000 for a section, and then it came with 2 bottles, but it was only for X amount of people. So if you had more people than what they was talking about, then you had to get 2 more bottles. And we was already like, well, damn, we already paying $3,000 for the section. I feel like the section should come with at least 4 bottles. I'm paying $3,000. But at the end of the day, we decided against that. And I don't really think that it had anything to do with us being broke. I think that we are just fiscally responsible individuals, and we don't see the sense fiscally to spend that type of money for something, especially for a night. Angie, what's good? Yo, how you doing? Crystal says, I mean, you saying that in a materialistic way, you want the cat. It's a part of me. If you ain't got nothing to give, then I won't. You broke, period. Cool. Hey, listen. And that's fine if that's how you feel, and if that's your opinion, that is cool. It could be food, clothes, money, a light bill. Hell, you want my whole insides. Why the hell I can't decide what? I'm just talking about the specific line. Again, listen, that line, it's fine if that's the way you want to feel about it. But see, a lot of women and a lot of times. It's so funny to me because you know who the quickest dudes to make baby mamas? Niggas with money. If you want to be a baby mama real quick, stop looking for the broke boys that don't deserve no pussy apparently. And you'll find out very, very, very quick. Man, I done seen it happen 1,000 times. I done seen it happen personally. Listen, man, I done had. Let me explain y'all something, okay? I done lived a life. You hear me? I've been living for a couple years now. You know what I'm saying? I've had the experiences of being far up in the clouds. I've had experiences of being right here on the ground with people. I've had women in my life that, boy, I wanted, boy, I really, really, really wanted them. But I was a broke boy. Apparently, I ain't buying you clothes, food. Sure, I can help you out with some food probably. And money, starting to push it. When we talk about a light bill, god damn, hold on now, cause see, now I'm paying my bills and your bills. Wait. So I've been there. I've been the guy who you know, everybody wanted it. And then I've been the guy that people ain't think he had nothing. And I always pay attention to something. And y'all gonna say I'm petty and all of that good stuff. And that's fine. I am. You could call me Monsieur Le Petit, because we friends today. So call me Monsieur Le Petit. Okay? I'm very petty. What I do is I pay attention to women that I may have tried to talk to in the past, and it's not because I have a problem with you. It ain't no beef. It ain't no none of that. You could have told me no, and that's well and good. I don't even trip about that stuff. You know why? Because the only two things you can do is tell me yes or tell me no. You can't whoop my ass. You ain't gonna kill me. So it is what it is. But I always pay attention to a lot of the women, or the women that I may have wanted, and you know, they didn't want me back or whatever, for whatever reason. And I always notice that a good 95% of them are all single mothers. And I'm talking about, I tried to talk to you before you had kids. So we could go back to like college. You know, especially college. I think college is the biggest place. Now, high school, you know, teenage love, blah, blah. But then when you get to college, you know, it's supposed to be like, so how the process is supposed to go is in high school, you starting to really learn what love is, you know, whatever the case may be. You don't know how to love. You don't know what to do with the love, but you just know that you got them little feelings. And then once you get to college, you know, that first year towards that second year of college, you know, you get all of the, what people refer to as the hoe phase. And it's both men and women. So you get that hoe phase out. You go to, you know, you busting them out. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what you do. And then when you get to your third and fourth year in college, okay, now it's time. You know what I'm saying? Like and now it's kind of time to kind of like slow down a little bit, because now we get into towards graduation. We getting towards to like actual real life. So I've looked at some of the chicks that I may have tried to talk to, and they may have told me no. And like 95% of them are single mothers. And they probably told me no to deal with the baby daddy. Now, of course, you do what you want. You say you feel how you want. But I'm telling you now, and I tell people this all the time, it's not because I'm trying to I'm not trying to get women. I'm trying to get women to date broke niggas. No, it's none of that. It's just that I realized a long time ago that the amount of money somebody has is no indication as to who they are as a person, how they're going to treat you as a person. And I know this because I was a guy who had, and I was a guy who did not have. And I could honestly say, and I think that the people around me can speak towards this, I never changed. I've always been the same guy. When I had dollars and everything like that, I still didn't believe in spending money frivolously on shit that didn't make sense. So no, I'm not going to buy $200, $300, $400 shoes, no matter how much money I had. Mainly, that's because they don't make shoes in my size any goddamn way. So I'd be squeezing into some shit, if anything. But it's just not something that interests me, right? So I know this. I know this about people. I know that, like I say, and this goes for both men and women. A lot of people, you will learn the true nature of a person when they high and when they low. Because when they high, they don't need you. So it's important to see how they treat you. And when they low, they do need you. So it is important to see how they act towards the people that they need. Just as important as how you act with the people you don't. And I've never treated people differently. I've been to places, and you know, I told a story a couple of weeks ago, man. Shout out to my homeboy Greg, right? My homeboy Greg Johnson, man. I was on Facebook just bullshitting around, you know, and I was saying, you know, if anybody wanted to buy me some AirPods, that'd be great. I got an iPhone, you know what I'm saying? So I said, well, you know what? If anybody want to go out there and buy me some AirPods, I don't even want AirPod Pros. I don't want the most expensive AirPods they sell. I just wanted a pair of AirPods to go with my iPhone. So I put that up, and Greg sent me a message. He sent me a message with a Target link. So I clicked on the link, and it was the headphones. So I'm thinking that he's sending me this link to tell me that, hey, bro, you could get them from here. They kind of cheap. You know, it was like $119. So not crazy wild. I personally be going on Amazon and buy $20 and $30 Bluetooth headphones, but that's just me. So he was sitting there to me, and I was telling him like, nah, bro, the idea is to get somebody to buy them for me, not that I wanted to buy them myself. And keep in mind, man, me and Greg went to middle school together. So we went to middle school together, high school together. We went to different colleges, but man, it's always been love. I ain't never had no problems with him. We ain't never had no run-ins. Anytime I see him, it's all love. When we speak, it's all love, right? So he like, nah, bro, I'm gonna buy them for you. Is them the ones you want? So I'm like, man, don't make me cry, bro. Do not make me cry, because listen, I'm a thug, so don't make me cry, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he bought the headphones for me. He's bought them on Target, sent them to me so I could pick them up from Target right by my job and all. And I'm like, damn, man, you know, bro, I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because I really appreciate shit like that. And he was telling me, or he basically said, remember when we were in the mall that time and I wanted them Timbs and I didn't have it, and you bought them for me with no problem. Well, no, I didn't remember that. I didn't remember it because I never did. I don't do things for people to gain favor. I did it because I had the ability to. He wanted the shoes. I think that we was going out somewhere, so it didn't make no sense for, you know, for all us not to be dead fresh. So I got him the shoes. I never even thought about it. When he said it, I remembered it, but I never even gave it a second thought after I did it. You know what I'm saying? So I said all that to say is me being the person that I am would not allow me to treat my partner or treat anybody any different because I had a whole bunch of money. And even now, you know, I could have bought the headphones myself, but you know, I was just playing around on Facebook. You know how it is. And he bought the headphones for me, remembering that one singular act in which I did something for him. And that's just how that's how my life always been. So anybody who may have told me no or didn't want, you know, whatever the case may be, that's fine. I never, you know, I used to be mad about people blocking their blessings. I had to stop being mad about people blocking their blessings because I know that in dealing with me, no matter what anybody could tell you, can't nobody tell you a couple of things that you can't nobody tell you a few things about me. You know what I'm saying? And I know that in dealing with me, I'm a blessing because I'm going to bring much more to your life than you already have. And it does not have to be something monetarily or, you know, or nothing like that. It's just sometimes it's the security in being like, it's the security that I provide just in being with me. I done dealt with women and I done talked to women who man didn't even know how to change a tire. I real life sat here and talked to this chick who was stuck on the side of the road. And I'm like, well, damn, why you just don't call your boyfriend? Oh, he don't know how to change a tire. Well, then, I mean, what you mean he don't know how to change a tire? Me, I'm broke. I'm a broke boy. I don't deserve pussy, but I know how to change a tire. And your man who, oh, he ain't broke. He can't even change a tire. So you sitting out here waiting for AAA so you can get your tire changed on the side of the road. But you don't have a man in your life that can come and change the tire. And it's one thing for me to pay for AAA. So, oh, baby, I paid for AAA. You got the platinum package. You good for the whole year. Anytime you have a problem, call AAA. Well, anybody who's ever called AAA before knows that when you call AAA, expect to be waiting 2-3 hours. You know, expect to wait that amount of time. So I feel as if I'm worth more than that guy who paid your AAA membership just because when you call me, I'll be there within 30 minutes. You waiting 3 hours for AAA. But I'm a broke boy, so I don't deserve pussy. So I shouldn't get none. Like you see, do you see the ideology? Do you see how that is detrimental? And then not only that, but, and this is specifically to the ladies, listen. Okay, I am a woman-loving man. All right? I ain't never loved another gender outside of women. Okay? My whole life, never thought of anything but women. Been with women. Not gonna get into any numbers or specifics, but just know that I've been with women. Okay? Stop thinking that you giving up a little ass equates to me giving up a little cash. Why? Because and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, But as long as you lay down with me and I'm laying down with you, that sounds like it's an even swap, no swindle. Cause I'm finna put in just as much work, if not more work, in that situation than you are. The same way that I come, it's the same way you finna come. The same way my eyes roll into the back of my head, it's the same way your eyes gonna roll into the back of your head. So if that is the case, then we need to put that to the side. All of that about a man wants your whole insides and all of the other good shit. Okay, y'all's the inside, all's outside. So you want my whole everything. I just want your insides, apparently. I'm just real. Come on now. Like the case is, this is the case. The case is when I lay down with with most men, we working. I'm working. I don't know about, I don't know about other guys, but I know I'm putting in some work. I'm trying to put in some work. You hear me? Because the worst thing you could do, man, as a man is get bad reviews. You don't want women walking around talking about having bad sexual experiences with you. Now, it could work to your detriment or it could work to your favor. It just really depends on how you spin it. But no man really wants that. So, when you go in that bedroom, you try to put in a little effort. And I think that my thrust, my hips, my movement is a little more effort than you laying on your back. Hell, even when you get on top, I'm still thrusting my pelvis. You hear me? The only time you kind of working is if you maybe throwing it bike. Maybe. Well, Rose, what we talking about right now is because Crystal was saying about how, her interpretation or her opinion about the specific line, broke boys don't deserve pussy, which this whole conversation is not about somebody broke. Our conversation is not about that line, but it's just about defining what broke is, or what why we can, what we consider as broke. And Crystal was saying that a man wants not her, because that's my sister, so I don't want to think about that. But she basically saying that if a man wants her insides, if the man wants to get inside the insides, then that got to come with some type of remediation, whether it be financial, whether it be food, all of that stuff, to me, categorized as financial, because no matter what, all of it I have to spend money on. So food, clothes, light bills, all of that stuff is financial. So it seems as if the general ideology is no coins, no doink. If you ain't got no ends, you ain't got no friends, and my thing is, we look at people like that, but the people who we are looking at like that are genuinely good people versus the guys who do have it all, that guy who got all that money. So when he done, he throw that towel at you and put the 40 on the nightstand and walk out your crib. Like, I don't know, but I think that our culture, and I think that we as people are so infatuated with that green paper that we will allow ourselves to be treated any old way by any old body for the purposes of getting that paper. Christian says you need to look for women that don't mind your tax bracket. They are out there, but most guys don't want those women. They want the women who don't want no broke boys. It's their prerogative. Well, right. So it's my biggest thing is, and especially the takeaways from your specific comments, Crystal, but I'm not assigning these specific comments to your personal ideology because I see it too far often for it to just be how you think. I think that a lot of women are thinking like that. And even this line right here, you need to look for women that don't mind your tax bracket. Well, cool. I understand that. I get it. Women should look for men that don't want to make them single mothers or that mind making them single mothers. And if she's a good woman, then that's that man's loss. But I'm speaking towards a general ideology. And again, I'm not speaking bad on no guy who got bread. I don't have a problem with a man who got money. It's cool that you got money. What I think is that money should not define you as a man. I don't think that money makes you a better man. And the goalposts are always move. So it's never a situation that we're going to satisfy everybody, especially in this world, especially the day and age. Because, like I say, we could go from the beginning of the time when women weren't able to work, men paid for everything. Women didn't have to work. Women stayed in the house, took care of the kids because they did not have the ability to work. Not because they didn't have the physical ability, but because there were literal laws in place that said that they could not work. So women did that. And then we moved into a time in which women were able to have gainful employment. And no, it's not his loss. It's that child's loss. What you think, or what women think is, and I'm sorry to cut myself off, but what women think is that them having the ability to take care of a child financially is the whole shebang. And his big loss because she's taking care of her child by herself. No, that's not his loss at all. That man gonna be able to make children until the day that he dies. Barring something happens to his reproductive organs, a man is able to make children well into their 70s, 80s, 90s. Okay? Women can't. That man will have a million chances to try it over and over and over again. But she loses because that child loses. He loses in the grand scheme because you're an asshole for not taking care of your child. But that woman loses because that child loses. Men provide men provide something in a household. I think that another issue is that the contributions of a man in the household are not respected enough. So we look at it as, I don't need him. Nah, you as a grown ass woman, you may not need him. You're right. That child that y'all created together, that child needs their father. That child needs their father. It's not that man's loss if you decide if that man if you're a single mother and you taking care of your child, what loss is that to him? Clearly, he's already an asshole. He's not taking care of his responsibility. What loss is that to any man if they baby mama is taking care of their child? What you said? Lovingly, and single-handedly. What does a man lose in that? And guess what? As much as a man does not lose anything from that, you lose your respect, especially from me. You lose your credibility as a man from me. But just generally in a grand scheme, what does a man lose when his baby mama is taking care of the child lovingly and single-handedly? He don't lose a damn thing. He could go out there and make 10 more babies. He could go out there and make 15 more babies. He could make another baby with another woman that could take care of that child single-handedly and lovingly and all this other shit. And it'll be fine for him. A woman who has a child with no father loses. That child loses. And hell, a man with a child with no mother, that father loses. That child loses. Because you're looking at money, you're looking at parenting as money. You're equating the two. And there's not. There are things that you need for a man for. So things that you need a woman for. And you lose when you don't have both parents. The child loses, and either parent will lose depending on whether or not they're single and they doing it all by themselves. But no, I'm not saying you're specifically. I'm just saying the ideology breeds that parenting and money are both intertwined. And you could not have any money. Y'all ain't seen what was that movie that Will Smith was in? No, he was trying to sell the goddamn X-ray machines and shit. Pursuit of Happiness. So you seen the Pursuit of Happiness, right? Everybody who's seen Crystal, let's see here. Well, let me invite Crystal in on the live. I don't know. Crystal don't be wanting to get on my lives. She don't be wanting to get in and she don't be wanting to get in when she fit in. But Crystal, let me drop this comment for you. Let me drop that link. Please come on in. Let's talk. But so that come on, man. I just think that if we start, and that's what it is. So, back to it. So then women started being able to work. Okay, women making money. Boom, good. But and making money, men still pay for everything. Cool. All right. So now we've gotten all the way to the point where not only do women work, but women, they in a lot of situations they are out earning men. Not to say that that's a woman's fault, but they're out earning men. But if you notice, there's been one consistency throughout that whole process. The man paying for everything. So the goalposts are never the goalpost. Okay, so you wanted the rights, you wanted to be equal as me, you wanted to be respected just like me. You don't want to pay bills. That has been from the beginning of the time to October 11th of 2021. But a man is now expected to pay all the bills, and he should be helping around the house too. So it seems like as time goes on, we've heaped more responsibility on the man while also not providing any additional responsibilities to women, which I don't know, it seems kind of unfair. But I mean, let's all tell it it's so fair and this and that. Let me read one or two more comments, then we're gonna get Crystal in. Crystal, be ready because you already know. Let's see here. Ms. Rose says money does not define a good man. I know good men who simply can't catch a break, and they are genuinely good men. Yeah, I know. Believe you me, I know, Lord. But y'all, let's get everybody to give a round of applause. Shout out to the host, one of the hosts of Mommies in Makeup. She be out here giving our looks and shit. Shout out to her. Crystal, thank you for joining the show.
No
I don't
problem.
know if you hear, but the people in the back, they clapping.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Round of applause, y'all.
Hello, everybody. Y'all hear me okay? I'm only going to be on for a second because I just wanted to clarify what I was saying. Now, you said, and I want you to go back because I'm going to say maybe it was about 10 minutes ago. So you're going to need to listen at about 50-something minutes, to what you said. You said something about that was his, I said something about it being a loss, and then you said something about that if a man leaves the woman with a baby, then that would be her loss. That's
correct.
What you said. Now
Correct.
I said that would be his big loss because single moms and single parents all together, they are hard workers. Period. And I always take my hat off to single parents who don't have either a mother or a father in the household to assist them because they are very hard workers. And it takes a lot of work. So if you see the potential in a person that is a hard worker, money don't really matter to me because I could get my own money. That's not for me. But if I see the potential of a person being a hard worker, I see that as a potential good mate. Somebody that we could work together. We can do good things and great things together. So that's why I said that's his big loss too. Because if a woman is really taking care of a child like she's supposed to be doing, she's not abusing that child. She's speaking life into that child. She's cooking and cleaning and extracurricular activities for that child. That is a good woman. Period. I don't care what nobody say because it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Oh, okay. So
we are lost on both ends.
Okay.
And we wasn't even talking about children. Well, because we all know that children lose out when they're not in a stable two-parented household. And that's just fact. But we wasn't talking about the children. We talking about just men and women relationship-wise or getting together-wise. As far as, and when I said you need to date somebody in your tax bracket, there's women out there that don't mind the Walmart ring or a ring at all. You get some women a paper ring. There's women out there, I've seen it. And then they'll be okay. They just want the love and affection and the whatever else it is that they're looking for from a guy.
Right.
So,
okay.
But the women that y'all want that spit the lines like, broke boys don't deserve no cat. I know that's right. Or whatever other line you talking about that has broke boys don't deserve nothing. Or you can't be broke around me. If you can't buy a Birkin bag around me, those women, if you can't buy me a Birkin bag, you can't be around me, whatever. Those women, are looking for guys in that tax bracket. Simply, if you can't hang in that tax bracket, then you go look otherwhere. You go look other places else. It's no need to force this lady. Why you need to understand why she wants somebody in that tax bracket? When there's other women out there that don't necessarily look for that.
Right.
But that's the women y'all want.
Okay, so let's first back up a little bit, right? So as
So whatchamacallit is so bad. The audio on this end is so bad. I guess maybe because I'm on it.
That's what it is. Could you hear me better now?
Huh?
Could you hear me better now?
No, it's pretty much the same.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. I'll go ahead and give you my response. I'll go ahead and let you go so that you can hear it. Okay.
You gonna give me what you say?
I'm going to give you my response to what you said, but I'm going to disconnect you so that you can hear it.
Okay, so give me a second. Disconnect me. I'm gonna leave right now. Let me get back on Facebook.
All right.
All right. Oh, there you go right there. What you did?
I ain't do nothing.
Okay, just stop.
Oh, okay. That's your phone.
No, that ain't my phone, bro.
So, okay. So, all right. So as it pertains to my previous comment, when we talk about losses, any man that consciously does not take up his responsibilities when you talk about a child, that's a loss. That's already, we're not talking about that though. When I talk about a loss, I'm talking about a loss in the familial structure. So as I stated before, men can go make 1,000 kids. You get what I'm saying? A man has 1,000 opportunities, 1,000,000 opportunities to get it right. They can make child after child with woman after woman, and they can find a woman and get it right. Now, of course, you're an asshole and you're losing because you're not in all of those other kids' life. But men have the opportunity to continue to try until they get it right. That opportunity is not the same way for women. Women can't bear children after a specific age. Most women, okay, we done seen stories about a 78-year-old woman getting pregnant, but for the most part, it's different in that sense. Once you have all of the eggs you have from birth, you ain't getting no more eggs. Am I correct about that?
And only the specific part when you were saying the eggs you have it from birth and you ain't getting no more eggs. That has I'm squinting my eyes because I'm trying to relate it back to where
Right.
we weren't talking about the familiar part. That's why I got on, because I wanted you to know that I wasn't talking about any other aspect besides the aspect of the characteristics of that woman who is working hard to take care of their child and, do it rightfully, not abusing the child verbally, emotionally, mentally, or anything like that. That is somebody who you should have kept on your team. Just as if you working a job and they let you go, but you was the hardest working, turning it in, most paperwork person who worked there. You know what I'm saying? Or above and beyond, coming in on overtime, coming in on your days off, and they let you go. They lost a good person. Because the characteristics in you as show that you are a hard worker. So you're going to work hard for this company. The characteristics in that mom or in that father who is raising that child single-handedly shows that they're a hard worker. So you're losing out on a hard-working person that's going to work hard for this family in this relationship.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not like you. I don't exclude everything. I don't have a 100% this way. I would say for the most part, because there is some crazy ass people out there. It doesn't neglect. It doesn't. It should not take you away from taking care of your child, providing whatever that is, even if and usually most times it's women. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not like that. And I'm providing whatever monetarily if you're able to be in the presence of the child, because sometimes they'll even try to keep the child away. So we're gonna put those disclosures in there. We're not talking about women who just crazy, or we're talking about relationships that for whatever reason did not withstand, not due to the mother or the father being crazy, and these people who have left the relationship after making a baby do not participate in the child care and taking care and raising and the child rearing of a child. That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about. I want to get it clear.
Okay. So, and I think that I may have clarified my statement previously, but so just so that I'm clarifying it again, any person that loses a genuinely good person in their life because of whether it be bad decision making, whether it be trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's what that's what we say. That's what our local colloquialism is, keeping up with the Joneses. Anybody that loses a good person because of those things themselves have a big loss that they have to swallow. And that's why I said, when I was speaking specifically about me, I was saying that I've been told yes, and I've also been told no. But I know that all of the no's that I have, all of the no's that I've gotten are all from women who probably, or not all, but about 90 to 95% have told somebody else yes. And that person that they told yes, because of that person may have had more money than me or some silly shit like that, they losing. Because
So I want to just do some calculations real quick. So when you said 95%, the other 5%, approximately how many women? 5, 1, 2.
I ain't gonna get into no numbers because we's on the TV. I mean, we's on people TV and stuff. Okay, so I'm not gonna get into numbers.
I just want to know. I mean, because you could say 95%, and the 5% could be 1. So that would, because when you say 95%, by using the percentile, it makes it seems like it's a bigger, a gigantic number. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that you're saying every woman in the world, but what I'm saying is giving the perception that it's a larger number than what it could actually be. It could be, 1, and it'd be 5 other that said no. And that's no one. That's you know what I'm saying. So you should have tried 10 women, and then you would have had a different percentile. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I don't want you to just be exclusive. No, I need you to be inclusive of everything in your opinions. I've already told you that I feel like you don't be really inclusive. You just really go off of, I think this way, and there can be no other way. There's 100% just the way I think, and then that's just that.
Okay, well, I definitely don't want people to feel that way. It's not that I think that my way is right and it's the only way, but I do think that my way is right, and I've seen people go ways opposite of what I said and be dead wrong. As it pertains to your question, when you talk about figures, so I could think of, I think 6 or 7 off the top of my head. I can think about 6 or 7 chicks that were not mothers when I tried to holler at them, and then they told me no, and then they ended up being single mothers. So I can think of 6 to 7 specifically, just right off the top of my head. I could give you their names. Boom, 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 boom. We could go down a list, and then you may have, I don't know, maybe another 4, 5, 6 that may have had children before I tried to holler at them, and then told me no, and then ended up having more children, and then none of those children have fathers.
So then my question to you is then, I mean, this is why we can't speak on those type of things, because do you know what was the individual situation as to which those women became single mothers? Because they could be in the situation, like I said, pretty much batshit crazy, and boom, I got to get out of this situation. And nobody should stay with nobody who's messing with your mental.
Facts.
If they messing with your mental, you got to get out the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you gotta have that peace of mind, Lord.
Exactly. You got to go home and can't have a peace of mind. That's a problem.
I don't disagree.
We can't say what's the real reason behind why it left. And some of the men that left the women to be single mothers could be just assholes. And don't do what they supposed to do. Sometimes it's okay to let a situation separate for the betterment of the kids. That is a real life thing too. Sometimes it's better for the mom and dad to not be together in order for there to be a stable emotional climate in the household, so the kid don't turn out to be a damn serial killer.
So let's I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree with you. I think that for this specific situation, I'm not going to add all of those caveats. So those caveats would be like you say, nigga may be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or he's messing with your mental space, or he's detrimental to the success of raising a child. So we ain't talking about really them. We talking about specific guys that just are assholes. There are guys in this world, man, that know that they making children out here, and they are just willfully not doing anything for those kids. And I'm not saying that after me, that's what chicks run into. For all I know, the dude that came after me, that tried to holler, may have been batshit crazy, and that's why y'all not together no more. But guess what? I know who ain't batshit crazy. I know who is. I know who is. Who crazy?
Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Don't do that.
You ain't got the sense God gave you.
Boy, don't do that.
Somebody took all the sense in that woman, and it wasn't you.
Boy, don't do that. It
wasn't Candace. And Corey ain't got them all either. I think mommy absorbed them herself because she wasn't eating nothing.
Listen, don't do that. First of all, one, two, y'all, that's my sister. So of course she's gonna say that. But any woman that has dealt with me, any woman, if you know any of my exes, they'll tell you I've never been that type of guy. I'm not crazy, none of that shit. I know who also is a pretty decent example. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm like father of the year, but definitely could have won Father of the Month award a couple of times. Okay. And the guy who you chose after me could have been batshit crazy, could have just been a sorry father. But guess what? That was a choice. And you made that choice off of what you perceived from me, or what you perceived because whenever you asked me for, money to get your hair done, I told you no. So I wasn't worth it. I was broke. Cool. I always tell people that. You have to be cognizant of who you provide the time, energy, and effort to.
And guess what? You get the pleasure of telling them, like, huh, wasn't I broke back then? What that man say? Damn, who is that song? Some, now they all on me. Back then they didn't want me. Now some out they all on me. Something he be saying, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you talking about Mike Jones.
Right. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. And that's how it is. And you talk about
that, but how about now? Because I'm up right now. You hear me? You ain't want. Shout out to Crystal. Crystal, thank you for coming on. You already know it's love. I'll see you later, blood.
All right.
All right. Yeah, that's what it is, man. And you ain't want me way back then, but how about now? Because I'm up right now. You hear me? So, yeah, that's what it is. I think that, and also understand something. The reason why I talk about it is because what we do. So let me tell y'all what happens, right? Me being a good person, thank God. Well, you know what? I'm not going to even say to this fully, but for the most part, I don't really harbor ill feelings or ill will towards like my people or stuff like that. But what does happen is we are turning good people bad because of the way we are treating good people. Because a person may not have something specific right now does not mean that they can't ever achieve or obtain it. Just like Ms. Rose said. Rose says she know a lot of good men that just can't catch a break. And that situation is that situation is so prevalent in our community, especially when you talk about black men. A lot of black men, man, are really good guys, man. They just really cannot catch a break. I remember, being a guy, man, I'd be going to the job, busting my ass, or whatever the case may be. Now, I can say that one thing about me as it pertains to a job, I don't take disrespect well from anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't take disrespect well. So if I perceive that you're disrespecting me, I am very much going to straighten that shit off the rip. I'm not one of them employees that you just say anything to, talk any way to, and then it's cool. I ain't like that. So I get that, I may have lost a job or two because of me not taking shit from people. But I remember when not being able to catch a break, man. I remember one year, for an entire year, man, I could not find a job. I don't take shit from nobody, Crystal. And if a person ever disrespects me, especially, I don't play like that. Cause one thing I do believe is respect is due to a dog. I don't ever I don't never come off disrespectfully. I will disrespect you if you disrespect me, and that's because I get down with you, baby. As low as you want to go, we could go down there. But I'm never the type of person that just starts off disrespecting people. So when I go to a job, man, I be working, I be doing my job. Now, of course, any job and anybody, once you get to a job and you've been to a job, because I think that we all start jobs with the bright eyes and the bushy tail, like we gonna come in here and we gonna really change some shit. We gonna come in here and we gonna make the company $1 million. You know what I'm saying? We all think that way. You get in the job and you start seeing the office politics, you start catching wind of the bullshit, and that does make you, stop putting forth a lot of effort or whatever. But as far as like jobs, for real, when I go to a job, man, I be all in, man. I be doing my job, man. I'm there. I'm doing it. Except when you disrespect me. And then if that's the case, then yeah, I'm gonna disrespect the shit out you. I believe in taking it there. We ain't finna get even, we finna get over. About that. So I remember one year, man, I could not find a job at all. Man, I was doing applications every day. I'm talking about putting in them things. And now, especially back then, that's when these apps were just starting to get real popular, and these websites like Indeed and Zillow, not Zillow, I'm sorry, but ZipRecruiter and Indeed and stuff like that. And they was allowing you to just one touch apply shit. You know what I'm saying? They had your resume and everything. All you had to do is tap one button and it was going to automatically apply for that job for you. And I remember days like going 20, 30 jobs in. I'm scrolling. I'm just trying to find anything. And for a whole year, I couldn't find a job. Unfortunately, I met someone. And at that time when I met her, I was in that situation. And it didn't work out with us because, it didn't work out with her because in her mind, I couldn't afford her, the luxuries that she wanted. She wanted to go out of town and, stuff like that. And I couldn't do that for her at that time because, I was barely making it myself. I ain't had no job, but, I always kept a dollar or two in my pocket or whatever. So, that was one of the bigger things that ended our relationship. Fast forward. Hey, baby, we up right now. And, even I've even talked to her since then. And, she kind of, made it like, well, why we couldn't never do any of these things, but you were able to do them with, other people. Well, it's called time and patience. I had to have it. You have to have it. And if that's the case, then you didn't have it. And that's understandable. You hear me? You hear me now? You feel me now? I'm hot. Debate up. You hear me? Got to hit him with the reel that back in. Hold on now. I see that's what I do now. When I was fishing, you wouldn't even bite the line. Now, because I done put the new bait on there, you biting the line. But now all I do is get you out the water, take the hook out your mouth, put something in there, and throw your ass right back in the water. Back to the streets you go. That's how it is. That's what time it is. God damn it. Let's see here. Danny says he's not a good guy no more. And he said his last relationship took all his good. That happens. And I think that for a lot of guys, for a lot of people, I don't want to just make this specific to men, because I think that women have the same issues. Women who may have not been quote unquote pretty as far as society standards, those women didn't get a lot of attention, but then now those women are the captains of business, and them women are looking incredibly scrumptious, diddly-umptious, and now them same niggas who didn't want her back then, now they all on her coattail, and she like, nah, baby boy, you ain't want me back then. So women go through the same thing, but I think that what happens is for a lot of men are rejected, especially black men. A lot of black men are rejected by our community because of what we don't have, to the point that when we get it, we don't even want the community no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave an example of a couple of football players, a couple of them who I'm not going to mention because, they still actively in the NFL. But I never seen these guys do anything in our community, not hold a camp. And I'm not talking about no petty ass practice squad player. I'm talking about like actual NFL, $60, $70 million contract NFL players. Never did anything for the parks that they went to as a shorty. Never did anything for the high school that they went to as a shorty. As a shorty, yeah. You was just shorty in high school still. So, You know, but they get to college and they drop a lot of money on them college endowments, and they donate a lot of money to them colleges, but they don't do anything for our community. And I think that a lot of times what happened with those guys is, as they were coming up, as they were growing up, our community never showed them no love. Our community never looked out for them. When that kid was asking for a ride to practice, our community never wanted to give him a ride to practice. Maybe that kid wasn't the best kid on the football team, so the coach ain't want to pick him up. Fast forward, the kid who's the best kid on the football team doing 40 years in prison. And the kid who may have not been the best, he is in the league. And it breeds contempt for our community to where we don't want to come back and give because of how wrong we feel about what was done or what wasn't provided or what love wasn't shown to us when we were here. And it's the same thing with women. A lot of men, especially when you talk about some of these very big popular guys. Now, I personally think that a lot of it comes from just proximity and the people that you're around a lot. But you got a lot of guys that don't date black women because when they were coming up, black women did nothing but ridicule them, did nothing but talk shit to them, did nothing but tell them how they were less than, how they were not worthy. And now that they got it, they don't even want black women no more. You know, and it's the same way in the reverse. Black women, you know, have provided so many opportunities to these guys, and these guys have, you know, messed them up so bad to where they don't even want black men no more. I'll give you a perfect example. Serena Williams. You know, it's been said that she had dated so many guys, and she dated Drake, dated Common, you know, stuff like that. And black guys had done her nothing but wrong. So then now, okay, well, now she don't want black men no more. You see, she got a husband and everything like that. You know, that's happening in our community. In our community, if we do not start treating people, good people, if we do not start treating those good people in high regard, then when they do make it, when they finally do get there, then guess what? They ain't gonna want to be of our community no more. Crystal, I'm telling you, man, Serena, I know Serena hadn't dated Drake. I know she hadn't dated Common, and she hadn't dated another guy before Common. It was a couple of black dudes that she had dated and she was done wrong by them. I'm just being real. That's what entertainment says. I don't know if that's true per se. I have not spoken to Serena. You know what I'm saying? Serena, if you want to clear up this situation, you could always give me a call. You don't have my number, but I'm pretty sure that you can get it because you're Serena. So if you want to clear that up, then cool. But you know, that's what entertainment says. Entertainment picked up on the fact that, you know, she hadn't been in a few relationships with black guys, and you know what I'm saying? You know, but I'm just saying, hey, stop doing that. Do y'all have that family member that will call you your nickname outside of the family? You know, like we at work. I remember when me and Chris used to work together, and she used to like call my nickname in front of people. Hey, don't do that. Not everybody knows my nickname is Bud. So then don't do that. Y'all stop doing that. My name is Cody, ma'am. Okay? My name is Cody. Or if you want to say mama, there goes that man. You feel me? Bossed up Bud 305. You can just call me boss. I prefer that. Just call me boss. Hey y'all, my sisters, man. One thing about it, man, I love my sisters. I don't care. I don't care, man, what we get into, man. All both of them know as pissed off as they get me. Especially like Crystal parking in my goddamn spot and stuff like that. They know I'm gonna always come running, and that is a big issue. Where people, you know, when we lived in a different space in life. And people used to call me boss, or people like really felt like I was the boss. Like them, her and Candace, oh, they gonna be the ones bring your ass back down to earth. Like, nigga, you is Bud. Okay, that's it. That's it for you. You know. Yay, parking in my damn spot. That's what I said. Okay. Now we ain't gonna air out our family laundry here on this internet, on this interweb. But yes, Crystal and Candace are two sisters that's gonna bring you back down to earth. They ain't gonna try to put you down with none of their friends. I don't know. They weird sisters, I guess, but I love them to death. But yeah, people really call me that. It's actually pretty funny. I was talking to somebody, and I was talking to a chick at the time, and when this chick was telling me that somebody was asking about me, and they were saying like, I didn't know you, I didn't know you dealt with Boss. And she was like, who? Like, what are you talking about? And they kept saying it, and they had described me, and she was like, oh, you talking about Cody? And I was like, and she was like, like, yeah, but yeah, people used to call me the Boss. I don't know the last time you called me Cody, but you need to start, especially when we're in public. Okay, starting now. Use that, Cody. That's my name. But yeah. So I don't want the guys like Danny, man, to feel like they can't be no good guy no more. I don't want women to feel like they can't be good women no more because of the amount of you know what I'm saying? I don't want women to feel like they can't be good women because of the amount of men that done them wrong. We have to stop doing good people. We have to stop doing good people bad. We have to stop treating bad people good, and we have to stop treating good people bad. Because if we don't, then we are going to remove all of the good people from our community. The good people is the ones that's coming back trying to lend a helping hand to the community, not the people who get up there and then they'll drive around to make sure they don't go through the community. You ever seen somebody at the stoplight? And I done did this before too. Depending on what area I'm in and what I have going on at that specific time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the stoplight and I don't want to stop at it. So what I do is I just start slow rolling to the light. So hopefully it'll change by the time I get to it. So I don't have to even stop, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? Those people that used to be good but were treated so bad that they just said, fuck this. Those people are the ones that's riding by our communities or riding through our communities, or better yet, those are the ones that's helping gentrify our communities. Those are the ones who grandma stayed in the hood 50 years. And there ain't nobody never showed no love to them. And so guess what they do? Grandma pass on, they get the house, they sell the house, and goodbye, good riddance. I'm done with you niggers. Yeah. So that's we gotta stop that. We really have to stop that, man. I think that it's so important that we start to treat good people good. We have to start doing that. And being a good person is not tied to your financial standing in life. And that's what we have to stop doing. We have to stop equating money to whether or not a person is good for us. Because it's the truth be told is, a lot of the times people with ain't shit, and people without be God sent. I tell people, I give people the example all the time. So if this guy got $1,000 in his pocket and you ask him for $100, he just give it to you with no problem. Here you go, take that. Now that guy, live a life, he do his thing, whatever the case may be. He out here checking, he out here da. You know what I'm saying? So he could do that. And we actually covered him more than we covered the guy who we asked for the 100, and he may have only had 100, but he gave us his last 100, or he may have bust that 100 down. He may have took that 100 and he may have cut that in half and say, well, I don't have 100, I have 50. So we looking at him like, oh, you a broke boy, you can't give me nothing. But the guy who gave it to you only gave it to you because they had the ability to. If that same guy who quote unquote had it, if he was down to his last 100, do you think that you could even get 50 out of him? Do you think that you could even get 50 out of that guy? That same guy who had 1,000, so he had no problem giving you 100, but he's an asshole in life. Do you think you could get 50 out of him off his last 100? That nigga gonna tell you he ain't got no money. But that guy who don't have it, that woman who don't have it, she may bust down her last. And I value that person who busts down their last with me. I'll value him way more than I value the person who gives me because they have it. Because guess what? When you get to a point where you may not have it, are you going to do the same? And a lot of people are not. A lot of people simply aren't willing to. So it's very important, man. We have to we have to look at the people that are in our lives that may not have the most in the world, but is trying to give us everything we need, versus the people who may have a lot but give us the bare minimum. Because that's happening. That's in our community. And that's why we are in the situation that we're in. Crystal says, so her takeaway from this conversation is that rich boys who not broke are bad guys. Broke boys are good guys, and people call you Cody. So yes, people call me Cody now. 1. 2, rich guys who are not broke are bad guys. It's not true. You have rich guys that are great people, and you have broke guys that ain't shit either. But it's a sliding scale with that, because for the most part, because you got to look at it. Okay, I just be real. When you're a man that has money, right, and you have the world is your oyster, as they used to say. And you got that man, like that man don't need no woman for nothing. That man don't that man does not need a woman for anything. Whatever he wants from a woman, he can pay for. He can pay for. So me being a rich guy, like, listen, let me tell you something, boy. I hit the Powerball tomorrow. Believe you me, I'm definitely gonna do a few drops of the dumps on a few people, okay? But once a man gets to a certain financial status, he does not need a partner. Cook, clean, all that, I could pay somebody to do it. If I want to have sex, I could pay somebody for that. And guess what? She gonna leave and not stress me either. And I'm not saying women don't have that, but I'm just saying traditionally, when you get guys that get to the upper echelons of those dollar figures and they did it before they had a woman, they don't need no woman for nothing. So they traditionally treat people like they're dispensable. They treat people like it's something that you buy. You know what I'm saying? You see that attitude from rich women of a specific race. You know what I'm saying? I.e. Anglo-Saxon. You know what I'm saying? But, so for that, let's see here. Miss Penny Reed in the building. Well, shout out to Miss Penny Reed. We're going to make sure we get you in. Give me one moment, Miss Reed. But, yeah, so, you really find that a lot, man, in men versus women, except you're talking about women of a specific race, Anglo-Saxon. But we just have to stop treating bad people good, man. I mean, we just have to stop treating bad people good and good people bad, because we are killing our community. I want to get Miss Penny Reed in. Miss Penny Reed is live from Facebook today. I see she got a hair all laid. See, this is how y'all got to be. Come 8 to 10 on Mondays now, because I'm going to invite you on with Scream now. Let's get Miss Penny Reed in there.
Don't do that. How y'all doing today?
Hey, Miss Reed, how you doing?
How is everyone?
We are all good. I'm so sorry you may not be able to hear the applause in the background, but the whole crowd, they hype. Okay?
Really?
The whole crowd is happy.
Yeah, I've been on. I think I was on the other stream though.
What's going on, Miss Reed? What you want to tell us today?
No, I'm just enjoying the friendly banter, all the conversation. Your sister Crystal was I connected all the way. But just a quick question though, Mr. Cody. If I knew of some very intellectual gentlemen that would like to join your conversation with you at the station, how would they be able to do that?
Well, what they can do is they could tap on my face or my name and just send me a message.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Listen, one thing about Man Talk Monday, and a lot of people are, just not meeting this situation, but Man Talk Monday has been going on for like a year and a half now, almost 2 years at this point. It started out with 3 of us. And the point of Man Talk Monday was to provide 3 different perspectives, but 3 different perspectives from the same level of understanding. So me, myself, I went to, I'm college educated. I went to school.
Okay.
Another host was a grinder. From the age of 18, he started working. Boom, boom, boom. You had another host that may have had some troubles legally, in their younger years. But all of us share the same. All of us share in the same community plights. We all of the same community. So our idea is to just have conversation where we can get women, because that's another part of the show. Another component was that we felt like women don't understand or don't have an understanding for guys on a specific socioeconomic level. So it's just like this conversation when we talk about broke boys and what is broke. Well, the guy who works every day, that he may work on the back of a garbage truck, he may be a teacher, he may be an outreach specialist. Like I work in outreach. Those guys are not broke because they can't pay their bills and pay your bills too. Those guys, you see what I'm saying? But we have allowed for the ideology to be bred in our community where a person who is not able to offer us anything, quote unquote, is broke, or that person is not worth it. So, for example, you may look at me and you may say, well, hold on, if you can't pay my mortgage, then you ain't shit. Well, Ms. Reed, that's not true. If we work together, then we could pay your mortgage and we could both save some money and we could both, have a really good situation going. But we don't hear that. I think that, and the crazier part is there's a lot of women that share in this ideology, that they are willing to put in just as much work to support a household financially and everything, right?
Absolutely.
But those women are not speaking on that. So the only thing that we see on social media are the women that have the city girl mentality.
Correct.
And I think that what we have to do is, just like in pop culture, just like what Anglo-Saxons do, they pick up on stuff that are popular and then they magnify it.
Mm-hmm.
We need the women who are just as financially invested in their relationship as their man. We need those women to speak up. But right now, you see where a woman will tell you that if you sharing financial responsibilities with a man in a household, that's not your man, that's your roommate. So guess what you don't never say? You don't never say, well, hold on, I pay half of the bills in this house. Ain't nothing wrong with that. My man is the king. My man take care of my kids. My man take care of me. He loves me unconditionally. Woo, 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 woo. We don't ever hear women say that. What we often hear is the women that talk out against building a partnership in a relationship. And those voices are drowning out the women who believe, the voices of the women who don't want to be partners in a relationship are drowning out the women who wholeheartedly believe that it is fine for women to contribute just as much as men.
So and I do hear you on that. However, Cody, I don't know if you can be privy to this type of information, but I come from that type of generation. You understand? My grandmother was a pioneer in the community. School teacher, taught half the dumb people. I don't want to call them dumb, but ignorant. People in one of our suburbs of Miami. You understand? But however, I've also come up with a generation as well where it's like a feminist movement. You understand? When women don't settle for nothing, go to school, get your money up and do what you need to do so you don't need no man. That was a lot. It had a lot to do with that.
And you know what? The funniest part about it is when you speak about the feminist movement, a lot of women really don't understand that the feminist movement was never intended for black women. Black women just rolled into the feminist movement because they realized that there's strength in numbers. So they needed black women to come in on that movement, so it made their voice louder. But black women never had the issues that the Anglo-Saxon woman had in her household with her husband. So
and still don't. And
we still don't. So that level of thought should be almost eradicated at this point. But we see it being bolstered more and more. We see that even in feminism, because I've even had women on my platforms or women that are on my pages that these women I quote hard down feminists. Oh, I am woman, hear me roar. But anytime you say anything about a woman equally contributing financially to a household, those same women that I am woman, hear me war, I'm so independent, I make my own money. Those same women are, you got to be a broke nigga if you think that these are the ideologies that are overtaking social media and entertainment. And we know that we are a visual people.
Right.
We go by what we see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and
we
here
are and what we hear, not what we know to be factually correct. It's so many women that know that in 2021 you should not be asking a man to foot your bills because you're an adult. You have a job. You have to take care of your fight. You have to take care of yourself because you're an adult. It's not because you're a woman or I'm a man. We are adults. The minute your parents stop taking care of you, you have to take care of yourself. Those responsibilities don't get alleviated simply because you're with a man. Now, of course, any man that has will. Any man that wants to do, he will do. So if you have a man and that man says, if I'm your man and I say, hey Penny, don't worry about the mortgage this month, baby. Go do something nice for yourself. That's great. That's not a standard though. And I'm not the barometer. So even now, I see so many women sharing this post about Country Wayne. Hilarious comedian, by the way. Love me some Country Wayne. But Country Wayne said he pays the bills for all his baby mamas. All of their bills, even if they have another man. So now I see that post being shared. And women are, they champion this, but they are championing this behavior. That he pays all his baby mama bills. So now it's making him the barometer for what I'm saying?
He's became status quo.
He's becoming status quo. And it's sad because on the flip side, the same women that share him being the status quo now because he pays all his baby mama bills. Keep in mind, he got like 9 kids. He got like 9 or 10 kids from like 5 different mothers. He pays all of their bills. He's become the standard. He's become status quo. That same energy was not expounded when Ari bought Moneybagg Yo them 28 acres of land. When she bought him those 28 acres of land, all I seen was, he not your
she's
husband.
Stupid. Yeah, she's stupid. Why you do that? But that's the status quo you set. You're pretty much setting the bar for these extraordinary people that aren't really doing what you're doing in everyday life.
The worst thing people could do is take advice from people who are not in their socioeconomic status.
Exactly.
Because people who that's just like when you look at some of these videos, rich, successful people, they wake up at 5 every morning. I could almost assure you, waking up 5 in the morning versus waking up at 8, it's not going to affect your life marginally. That shit ain't going to make you no goddamn rich, but they will peddle that to you. And then you have people that will go out into our community, and it be our own kind, and they'll tell another brother, you lazy because you ain't getting up at 5 o'clock every morning. The rich man said that if you want to be rich, you got to get up at 5 o'clock every morning, and you get up at 6. That's why you're not rich. And that's what we do a lot of. We do a lot of advice taking from people that are not on this level, that don't know. Like, bro, you've been rich. Country Wayne, and this is, like I said, I love the brother. He's a very funny guy. I like what he does. But I do know that Country Wayne, when he was 17, 18 years old, he had started out owning nightclubs. You know what I'm saying? He's had money for a long time. I was 18. I didn't get no damn nightclub. I went to college.
Exactly.
I worked myself into an incredible amount of debt, securing an education.
Exactly.
So guess what? Cody can't pay your mortgage and pay my rent. Cody can't pay your rent and pay my rent. Cody said Cody can't do that. What Cody can do is equally contribute, and when I have more, I give more. You know what I'm saying? And if that's not enough, then that's cool. But like I told my sister before, I know a couple of the women that told me no, and they all single mothers. And they all single mothers that complain about not having a man. When I tried to be that man, you ain't want me. It's cool. I'm not tripping. I'm up though. Y'all see who?
Yeah, but it still ain't nothing but a try though. But at the end of the day, like I don't have kids. You know, I just never, at that point in time in my life, I just didn't desire to have children. You know, however, no, when you up, you could be up, but like what the good book say, whatever goes up, baby, you got to see it coming down. You understand what I'm saying? You got to see it coming down. And you may not get down as quick as others, but you're gonna get kicked off that highway.
Hey, listen, a lot of these guys, man, and we just seen 2 different scandals where it's like 18 different NBA players. They have been arrested and indicted over a big fraud scheme. And then a lot of guys, shout out to Uncle Shay, Shannon Shaw was talking about when he was talking to Clinton Portis, and a lot of these guys have a certain status, and then once they lose that money, they also lose that status. So they do a lot, or they do the most to try to get that status. And man, it don't have to be that way, man. I just think that our community, we have to do a better job at promoting positivity and not looking at just what somebody has as a means to define them, but looking at the content of the character of that person. Because you can tell a lot from a broke. Not only can you learn a lot from somebody that's broke, but you can tell a lot about somebody by how they conduct themselves when they have it and when they don't. And I think that the true champions are people that whether they're up or whether they're down, they are going to be the same. So when I had, when I was up, I tell people like when I was in college and we lived life or whatever, we was up then. So I could go in the club and throw $300, $400, $500, and it wasn't no problem. This grown ass Cody ain't doing none of that. This grown ass Cody not throwing $20. I'm not throwing that.
I know that's right.
I feel it. I'm strapped right now. Okay. So yeah, I know I won't be doing none of that no more. But like I would like to think that as long as I had it, and when I didn't have it as well, I would like to think that I treated people the same. And I think that a true testament to that is the amount of people that I have around me now that have been around me since those times. My main man right here in the studio with me, Puerto Rican E, aka Freaky E, aka Mistaken Identity. Man, me and E been knowing each other, man, since senior year in high school, man. And me and this dude been rocking, man, for all this time. Cat, my other homeboy, another good dude, man. We've been rocking since high school. You don't keep people like that around you when you're not a good person, because at some point, shit gonna show. I never kept a whole bunch of people around me, so I don't have a whole bunch of friends. But the people who I could say that have been in my space for this length of time, they can all tell you, man, good, bad, and ugly, I'm a good person.
But real talk.
Miss Reed, you got some guys that want to join the conversation. Tell them to hit me.
Absolutely.
In the inbox, man. Let's get into it, because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next week anyway. They may come up with a good topic for me, and I appreciate you tapping in with us.
Absolutely. Enjoy.
You have yourself a great evening, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Crystal, for saying that. Crystal said I'm a good person. Yeah, man, I try to be a good person, man. I ain't perfect. We can't confuse that. I'm not a perfect person, but I am a good person. So shout out to you, Crystal. You're a good person too. As aggravating as you are. Yeah. Just reading a couple of comments. Isaac said he was going broke during the pandemic. Yeah, I mean, listen here. Man, when you make your money doing shows and stuff, ain't no shows. How you make your money? I can't be nice. You just have a good person. Don't lie like that. But yeah, so and I could guarantee you this. I wonder how many, well, I can't guarantee it, but I wonder how many of those baby mamas were understanding to the fact that he wasn't making no money at that time because of the pandemic. I wonder how many people, how many baby mothers were understanding of that versus how many baby mothers was like, I don't give a damn, you just need to pay these bills. So, well, that's very interesting to see. Folks, people, everybody, man, I really do appreciate y'all tuning in. I really do appreciate the love, all the comments. Y'all can share the show. Y'all can share the show because even though we go off live, the show is still up. You can go to our WMRR Facebook page. You can view all the shows there. If you go to our WMRR YouTube page, you can view all the shows there. I really appreciate everybody who came on. Crystal, shout out to you for coming on. Ms. Reed, shout out to you for coming on. Appreciate all the comments, all the love. Until next time, until next week. We love you, baby.